gentlemen, we now would like to invite anybody up, first of all, from the bridal party and the parents. We're going to do a few toasts for the bride and groom. And we would like to invite up anybody who would like to say a few words, not just the bridal parents, the bridal party and the parents, but anybody from the audience who would like to say a few words to the bride and groom as well. So why don't we get you guys back here? That'll give us a bit of room for everybody to come on up. First of all, can I get a hand for everybody who thinks that this is the best the bride has ever looked in her life? We got to keep reminding the groom that the honeymoon doesn't start for at least 4 more hours. But now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start this toasting process, I would like to give you the 3 rules of giving a proper toast. Okay, the 3 rules for giving a proper toast. Number 1, we need embarrassing stories that they don't want anybody to know. Number 2, we need dirt. Number 3, we need stories that are socially unacceptable in any other venue except for this one. Is that okay with you guys? They're like... In fact, some of the groomsmen told me that they couldn't tell stories because they want you guys to stay together. But, I'm just quoting, direct quote. I think it's not true. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite the parents up first. Would you like to start, sir?
Good evening, welcome. We're so pleased that everybody can drive long distances, fly to long distances to be here with us this evening. Being that I'm the groom, for those that might not have gone to the wedding, my name is David Deuel, and I'm the dad of Robert Deuel with the 1 L. And I was looking at the protocol and the knot. Where is the knot, right? Yeah, the knot. Which is not really not what he said. Anyway, so I made a point of not trying to pull out anything risque, and I'm supposed to give some words of pearls of wisdom here. And when I think of Lauren, you just look beautiful. And of course, my son is always handsome. Especially tonight. When I tried to think of some words that might be pearls of wisdom, I thought, you know, I look at how you two have grown together over the last 3.5, 4 years together, and it seems like you've got it figured out. Really, truthfully, you seem to understand what the Father said at the Mass today. Do it together, and figure it out together. If I start getting a wobbly voice here, I'm going to blame it on my mom. She's British, Gwyneth Lloyd, and she would hear the bagpipes and start crying, so I'm going to try to keep it straight here. So when I thought of what could I say to you, and then I see how wonderful you are together, and you truthfully are good friends, right? And that would be what I would say. Be the best of friends always, and the romance is there. We know those of us who have been married more than 30, 40 years that the romance changes, it morphs into other things, but your friendship always has to be there. So do it together, think together, and we hope that you will have a wonderful life today and the future for always. Lauren, thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Would anybody from the Deuel side?
All right. So I got a couple of really good embarrassing stories. So should I give the words of wisdom first or the embarrassing stories? Sorry. All right. Let's start with embarrassing stories. So I don't know how many people know this or remember this, but her mom and her grandmother might remember this. But Lauren's name is Lauren Elizabeth. And I so, as a father, wanted to call her Lauren Beth.
Can't hear you, Russ.
How come you can't hear me?
That's better.
I can talk a lot better. That's the way I'm used to it. All right? So, I kind of coaxed Diane into letting me call her Lauren Elizabeth so I could call her Laurie Beth. And when Lauren got old enough, she said, "Dad, don't call me Laurie Beth, call me Lawrence." And I could tell that these two really were in love because the first time I heard Robert talk about her, he said, "And Laurie would do whatever." And I was like, dang, how come he gets away with it? I'm the dad, what's going on? Obviously, that's true love. All right, so that's good news. All right. And then I have another little story. I don't know if Robert remembers this story or not, but Robert called me one day, said, I have a question for you I'd like to ask you. I had a kind of an idea what was coming on here, and being the guy that I am, I was looking for a direct question. And Robert asked me a few questions. I said, yeah, well, whatever you guys want to do and everything, and he kind of waited. And I didn't say anything. You know, silence is very awkward when you're having a conversation. And unfortunately, I was on the West Coast and he was on the East Coast, but I'm sure the body language was a little squirmy type. You gonna come through here, Dad-to-be, or what? So I just let him hang there for a little bit. And he said, you know, and Lori's really my best friend, and we want to be together forever and ever, and everything. And I said, oh, that's good, that's nice. And there was another long, awkward pause there for a while. Being the great guy that I am, I just let him hang there for a little bit. He said, and I really will take care of her the rest of her life, Mr. Deuel, and do everything that needs to be taken care of. I'll do this for her and everything. And another little awkward pause. And being the great guy that I am, I just let the awkward pause go on. And this pause went on for a little longer. And a little longer. And I finally said to Robert, I said, Robert, let me give you some advice here. If you got a question that you want to ask me, I suggest you ask that question. Because I can't answer the question until you ask the question. And he said, Mr. Deuel, I'd like to have Lauren's hand in marriage, and I'd like your blessing for us to get married. And I said, Robert, little pause there. We would love to have you as a member of our family, and we'd be so happy for you to marry our Lauren. So, congratulations. And then the little bugger had the audacity to ask me, now, please don't say anything to other than Ann about what's going on here. And me, being the guy that I am, had to keep quiet. And he pulled the little pause. For how long did you wait to ask her? A week or so? I think, Robert? Yeah, I was dying here. I couldn't say anything to my parents. I couldn't say anything to her sisters. And I would get little messages from people. So, was there something going on with Robert and Lauren that we should know about? I'd have to give that awkward pause again. Yeah, there might be, you know, we'll wait and see. It's up to Robert and them to figure it out. So, eventually, we got the call from Lauren. And she was so bubbly and happy. Oh, you should hear what they did. We knew they were meant to be for each other. So congratulations, you two, on a wonderful marriage. And congratulations. My words of wisdom is, I get it. I like David. I can't imagine how much he and I think alike. I thought the father today had a very good homily today when he talked about, hey, you know, it's not about keeping score. As soon as they start keeping score, the marriage is over. Absolutely. Right? You do what's important to you, and you talk about it. And if it's important enough to you, the other will listen, and you'll talk through it. And if it's not important to you, and it is to them, you let them have it. Right? And who cares, right? So let it go, and enjoy each other. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about you guys. So I wish you the best in life, and hope you guys are happy. And we're so happy to have you guys in our family. Thank you.
Cheers. Now, Robert, I haven't been married for 30 years, sir, but I would have.
I wrote it down. I like to be prepared.
In New Age style.
She's got to type her password in first. Hold on.
On my iPad. Okay. So, for those of you who know me, yay. For those of you who don't, I'm Sarah. I'm Lauren's youngest sister. I guess her only younger sister. I used to be the other Sarah Deuel. Now I'm Sarah Tooley. So, you know, I don't have a ton of words of wisdom because I don't really know that much about marriage either. We'll all figure it out together, I guess. But I wanted to tell you guys just a little bit about my history with Lauren and, I don't know, just something nice about you guys. So, first, thank you all for coming. I know growing up, family was really important to us, and it's great to see the family that Lauren and Robert have grown together, both blood-related and through friends. You know, they worked really hard to make connections with every single person that's here, and I'm sure that everyone that's here knows that, but that's their goal, is to make connections with people. When I was little, my sisters and I were really close, and as we've grown older, we've become even closer. For most of my life, I was the same height as Lauren, and people always thought that we were twins. Sometimes people still think that. She hated it. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I loved it. It's like, yeah. As a child, I would only eat what Lauren ate. I would try to buy the same clothes as her, listen to her music, wear her makeup, hang out with her friends. Grace and Alicia, yeah. So I hung out with when I was little. In school, teachers that had Lauren in the past would call me Lauren, and I would never correct them because it was so much cooler to be Lauren than to be Sarah. You know, I really did all of that because I looked up to you so much. I really thought that you were just so much cooler than I was. You know, of course, we all know that Lauren is the best storyteller. Growing up, I would memorize all of her stories for her, and I would tell all of her friends about her stories, and I would tell all of my friends about her stories, because Lauren's life was so much better than my life. Just way more entertaining. You know, and as we got older, we all kind of grew into our own personalities. We started to become ourselves. So, I know most of you in this room, especially Robert, will agree with me when I tell you, Lauren, I wish you could see yourself through my eyes, because then you'll know how much I love you. Lauren is a great athlete who excels at every single sport she's ever tried. She is persistent and will never give up, whether it's on a friendship, learning to speak Spanish, becoming a CPA, going back to school to become a teacher, standing up for her beliefs. We often joke that Lauren is unsteady on her feet and she'll trip, but she never falls. While Lauren and I were in college together, we used to go to lunch weekly and just talk about stuff, what was going on in our lives, catching up, sister stuff. At one point during these lunches, I realized that Lauren had tripped and she had fallen. Being a protective sister, I tried to catch her. But this was God's design, and she fell into the arms of Robert. Aww. It has been amazing to watch the transformation that you've gone through, Lauren, since you started dating Robert, since you've been engaged to him, now that you're married. Robert, I always thought that my sister was the greatest thing ever, but since you've been by her side, I've seen how much better she is. You have helped her to pursue her dreams, including her love of traveling, her desire to learn another language. You have helped her try new foods. I know, because I used to only eat what she eats. Now she eats so much more things. Crazy. I've watched how the love of cooking you guys have has brought you closer together. Robert, you are so patient. You're really, really good at growing relationships with people. And I've seen Lauren change some of the ways that she approaches relationships now. And I know that it's made our relationship better because of you. Robert, you are the perfect man for Lauren because you love each other so much. You guys work hard to make each other better, and you both love God. It's so rare to find your soulmate, but I'm so glad that you found yours. Robert, you're a wonderful addition to our family, and you've already become like a brother to me, so now I'm glad that it's permanent. And congratulations. So happy you're part of the family. I wish you many, many years of happiness. Cheers.
A big hand for Lauren Deuel. Sarah. All right. The best man already spoke, so would any of the guys from the bridal party like to say a few words? There we go.
What can I say? Well, sorry, Brian, it's already taken. No, I'm kidding. Jeez.
No lloré.
Well, what can I say? Just when they first met, I was there with them, and they fell in love at first sight, I believe. His excuse was, "Oh, this is my little cousin." I'm like, whoa. No. But I've been working with them for a while. Well, they've been my friends, my co-workers, roommates, and I had my speech, but just my memory is going crazy. I'm sure your love will deepen, will grow even more, and I just wish you guys the best. And I love you guys.
Cheers. So, is that true, Lauren? You literally fell into his arms the first time you met? That's storybook. Bridal party from the ladies. Would another lady like to get up and say anything from the bridal party? Come on. Sarah, not Sarita.
I'm Sarita for Robert. Yeah. I didn't make a speech because I usually work better under pressure. But I'll look at you guys because this is kind of nerve-wracking. Only, I guess, my immediate family knows how Robert and I grew up. We were very close, but yet we fought all the time. I remember so many times my mom had to take us apart because I would bite his arm or something. But you had it coming. But I remember very clearly, and maybe it's because we have it on tape, but it's amazing. We were visiting my Aunt Autumn in Austin, and I was learning how to swim because I didn't know how to swim. And I remember Robert swimming towards me and just saying, "No, you don't have, if you want to come to the deep side, just hold on to the side of the pool and let's just swim together. And that's how I feel like our relationship has been. Even though we've had our hardships sometimes, you've always been there to take care of me and give me advice, even though sometimes, and not sometimes, a lot of times, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. I do take all the advice that you say to me to heart, and I look up to you and I love you. And I was just so happy that you met Lauren because, you know, I can relate to Lauren and I can talk to her and she's wonderful, and I'm just really happy for you guys to be together. It makes me really, really happy. So, I love you.
That was great. I like that one. Now, gentlemen, I'm counting on one of the groomsmen to give some embarrassing stories. Groomsmen? Anybody? Bueller? There it is.
This is not an embarrassing story, but I will really miss, and I actually just came here to say this. I will miss Robert being single. However, I am more happy for this moment. Like Diego said, really, you have been always there for us, Robert, as a friend, in the bar and in the library. Even when I was going through some bad aspects of my health, you were there. You're always asking about that, so I really appreciate that. And Lauren, I mean, you're just always have a very big smile, and I love. You're always so optimistic, and I just wish you the best to both of you. And like I said, really, I cannot express how happy I feel to see you guys right here, standing together in front of all these people that love you so much. So, congratulations.
Salute. Bueno. Ladies, only a few spots left. Who would like to say a few words? Come on.
Well, okay, I can't look at you because I will cry, but I do want to speak for my boyfriend who has a very big heart and gets very emotional with, don't look at me, Robert and Lauren. I met Robert and Lauren the same day that I met my boyfriend Diego, and basically it has been Robert, Lauren, Diego, and me all the time. I feel like I'm dating all three of them. I can say that Diego and Robert are like brothers. He's a brother that Diego never had. He's an only child. And Lauren is his little sister. And he loves you guys very much, and so do I. I've only known you a year. Well, it's been official a year. but I basically just fell in love with both of them right away. And I can't imagine not having them in my life ever, 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 ever. And I'm so excited to be in your wedding. And I just want to say that Diego, what he couldn't say before was that you are his best friends and that he would do anything in the world for you. And he loves you so much. And y'all are together every day, pretty much. And that's amazing that somebody can be together almost every single day and have that strong of a bond. That says a lot about two people, two wonderful Christian people that are such a blessing to know. And I am so blessed to know you guys and have such a strong friendship, the four of us. And to meet all of your amazing family and friends. Everything you touch turns to gold, both of you. And I think that's all Diego would have said.
I'm not sure if that was an exact translation, Diego, but I think she got the gist. Would anybody else from the audience like to say a few words? Anybody? Come on. You don't have to wait your turn.
So I lost my voice this weekend at the bachelorette party. But I've known Lauren since we were 12. And I have watched her grow up. We both have. And I've seen every boyfriend she's ever had. Sorry. And Robert, when I met you, I was finally satisfied that she met someone up to my standards of how wonderful Lauren is. And I'm very happy for you both. And I'm very excited to see you guys next summer. Okay. And congratulations.
Cheers. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like it was a successful bachelorette party. Anybody else from the audience like to say a few words? Come on. You must introduce yourself.
I will. I'm Diego's dad. I'm probably not as apt to get emotional, but I do say this, as a parent, you know, one of the concerns that I had as a dad was about the friendships and relationships as my son became a man, he was going to develop. And I think since he's been at USC and graduated and forming adult relationships with people, one of the most gratifying things that I've seen in his development as a person is the kind of people he gravitates towards in his friendships and his relationships. And we've gotten to know Robert and Lauren very well over the past couple of years. We consider them like family. They spent time in our homes. And I just think it's great that my son has chosen his friends as wisely as he has. And I wish you the best in your life.
Thank you.
All right, Diego, raise your hand. Next, you need someone to speak for you. I'm a professional. Diego does not speak about Diego. Would anybody else from the audience like to say a few words? Anybody? Ah, here we go. Introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, my name is Larry Thompson. I've actually known these guys for a very long time, and I can speak for a lot of our friends right now. I'm like, man, it's finally happened. It took long enough, but it finally happened. But the great thing is when I see these beautiful people right here, I see beautiful people out here. It's just not them, it's also for people who are married or with people now, remnants, a four-letter word, love. And this crazy journey we call life, we get caught up with business, school, you know, dramatic situations at bars, hangovers. And then I see you guys who are the epitome of loyalty, companionship, sacrifice, and more importantly, love. And some of us often forget about that. And it's an honor to be invited to your wedding. And you guys help inspire me and hopefully everybody else that to never give up on that word and to keep it strong and to always just be there. And I just want to say thank you and cheers, man.
I didn't catch your name. Was that Lou Diamond Phillips? What was that? Larry. Give it up for Larry, everybody.